The 17th century was marked by devastating wars. Civilians were often caught between tax collectors and marauding soldiers, contributing to the era's iron legacy. Religious conflict made war even more likely. Many Catholics and Protestants viewed each other as enemies of God, making coexistence seem impossible. Europeans widely believed that a kingdom could not survive with more than one official faith. One king, one law, one faith became a common political ideal, but enforcing religious conformity risked civil war, and once civil wars broke out, they frequently escalated into international conflicts as foreign powers rushed to support their religious allies. This dynamic contributed directly to some of the most destructive wars in European history, including the 30 Years' War. In addition to the religious conflicts in Germany and France, the Netherlands also erupted into violent struggle during the 16th century. In this case, national resentment overlapped with religious tension, creating a powerful movement for independence. For nearly a century, the Netherlands, also known as the Low Countries, had been under Habsburg rule. Despite foreign control, the region prospered through trade and commerce. By the mid-1500s, the Netherlands enjoyed the highest per capita wealth in Europe, and the city of Antwerp had become the leading commercial and financial centre of Northern Europe. During the long reign of Charles V, the Low Countries experienced relative stability. Born in Belgium, Charles felt a personal connection to the region and generally respected its traditions, granting a degree of self-government and limited religious toleration. But in 1556, Charles abdicated, famously the first Holy Roman Emperor to do so, and divided his vast empire. He transferred the Netherlands, Spain, Spanish America, and parts of Italy to his son, Philip II. Unlike his father, Philip had been born in Spain and made it the centre of his rule. He viewed the Netherlands primarily as a wealthy possession whose resources could be used to advance Spanish interests. Philip imposed heavy taxes, drawing resentment from Dutch nobles and merchants. Religious division worsened matters. The Netherlands had become a stronghold of Calvinism, so much so that cities like Antwerp contained more Calvinists than even Geneva. Philip, a devout and uncompromising Catholic, was a zealous supporter of the Counter-Reformation and was determined to eradicate Protestantism from his domains. However, the situation was more complex than simple Catholic versus Protestant conflict. The early leader of resistance, William of Orange, also known as William the Silent, was originally a Catholic aristocrat. Even more surprisingly, many of the provinces that eventually broke away from Spain were initially among the most Catholic in the region. In 1566, William and several Catholic nobles petitioned Philip for greater religious toleration. Philip refused, instead sending an army of 10,000 troops to suppress Protestant activity in the Low Countries. The commander, the Duke of Alva, quickly crushed opposition and established a harsh tribunal known as the Council of Blood. Over the next few years, the council investigated approximately 12,000 people for charges of heresy or rebellion. Thousands were executed. William the Silent fled the country, and for a time it appeared that Spanish rule had been fully restored. Although Spain won the initial round, resistance soon revived. William converted to Protestantism and secured support from Protestant communities in France, Germany, and England. He also organized sea rovers, often called sea beggars, who attacked Spanish shipping and harassed coastal settlements. Spanish rule further weakened its own authority through oppressive laws and taxation. The deeply unpopular attempt by the Spanish governor to impose a 10% sales tax inflamed public anger. By 1572, internal dissatisfaction was so intense that William's forces successfully seized the northern Netherlands, even though that region had been predominantly Catholic before the conflict began. Warfare continued until 1609, when Spain, exhausted by prolonged conflict and facing growing challenges elsewhere, agreed to a truce. Spanish withdrawal effectively guaranteed the independence of the northern provinces, which became the Dutch Republic, a major European power in the 17th century. Meanwhile, the southern Low Countries, roughly modern Belgium, remained under Spanish control. Over time, these southern regions became uniformly Catholic, while the north embraced a distinctive Dutch Calvinist identity.